Oh my god. Hi, girlies.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Bria.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Everything's going to shit right now. My two faves are at each other's throats.
Who?
My high school boyfriend and my college boyfriend.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yes. See,
Are you serious?
my high school boyfriend's name was Drake.
Oh,
And my college boyfriend
God.
was Kendrick.
You mean
And they're
BBL
fighting.
Drizzy? BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Stuck in my fucking head. And it's going to be stuck in my head all episode.
Me too.
All episode. BBL Drizzy.
BBL
Drizzy. You can say that so many different ways. It's so good. Last night, Nico was like, that just doesn't hit my brain like in a way that I want to continue having it in my brain.
Oh my God. It's an earworm, as they say.
I feel like he was trying to say like the ADHD in him does not pick up on BBL Drizzy. But then he said, you know, it does. Fly me to the moon and let me stay. Like that he repeated all fucking day on Tuesday or Wednesday.
You know,
Or no, when we were at the Ren Fair.
you're making me laugh because I'm thinking of Will's like random song that he repeats.
Okay, what is it? What is it? I can't wait. The hype. The hype is so real.
It's really not that funny. He will randomly just be like, "Oh, say can you?"
Shut the fuck up. Will? What the hell? That is so weird.
He hasn't done it in a while, but like when we first met, he was doing that.
You're crying. She's
I
crying,
am.
ladies and gentlemen. Did you think he was okay?
No, I was like, that's some deep-rooted patriotism or some
know.
shit.
That is some, like, white male shit.
I think it's because he grew up going to like sporting events, and they do it at every single sporting event. So it probably does get stuck in his head.
Can you imagine just on a date and someone's like, "Oh, say again."
Girl,
and you're
I was like,
"Are you okay?" And they're like, "I'm sorry, it's just stuck in my head."
I was like, am I going into the sunken place right now? What is this? Should I leave?
BBL Drizzy. Like right now, if I don't have any, God, I just saw myself in the monitor. My eyes are like,
yeah, what's like going on with us?
I look like that Homer Simpson, or no, the SpongeBob meme where his eyes are like bloodshot. What is going on with us?
What did we smoke today?
We smoked the Jeter.
Every time we are
Jeter,
crazy
Jeter,
like
pumpkin
this,
eater.
it's the Jeter.
That Jeter.
It's the Jeter.
It's,
I don't know why we decided to get
It's Keef
really crazy today.
rolled. It's a diamond thing. Diamond joint.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my bra is like not what it needs to be doing right now. I'm uncomfy.
Oh.
I'm a fidgeter. I'm sorry to everybody that watches this. I just can't help it.
You know what? I don't ever notice it when we're talking. I only notice it like with the audio. Like if you like bump into something. But like when we're like as someone watching it, they probably wouldn't notice it.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe not.
What were we talking about today?
Well,
BBL Drizzy.
BBL Drizzy your way to at High Girlies Pod. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any podcast app.
Good job, Bria.
So
and
what's really going on?
What is really going on today?
There's
BBL Drizzy can't stop.
I just got to say, I am so excited that these two men are at a war of the words. A poetry war, if you will, with each other.
This is going down in history for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There are, I wish I had pulled the data on this, but I'm sure there's like millions and millions and millions of views on this content. I would say
Yes.
maybe even a billion, honestly.
Yes.
With the amount of different pieces there are. So, I think we're going to get into it because there's a lot. Let's just start off first of all.
So much lore.
We are not we're interested in a lot of different things, but we are also not experts in a lot of different fields, and we are definitely not experts when it comes to like breaking hip hop lyrics down. That could be its own episode, is just breaking down.
That could be its own show.
Yeah, that could be its own show. So do not judge us if we don't like get this to the nth degree of what this means and the triple entendres. Like,
girl, and you know
can't
what?
go that deep in 45 minutes.
And I bet that for anyone watching, there are some things that we know a lot about that you don't.
Yeah,
we know a lot of facts that you don't as well. If you can't tell us, you know, what club Tom and Raquel were coming home from when they first started their affair on Vanderpump Rules, you don't know everything. Exactly. People don't know that shit.
They don't. So, but how familiar are you with the lore of what's happening right now in our rap battle world?
Not very.
It goes all the way back to 2011.
Right. I know that they collabed and then they stopped collabing.
So I'm going to go down the timeline and then we'll get into it. We can take breaks along the way. So 2011, Drake features Kendrick Lamar on his album Take Care. This goes into part of
what song?
I think a couple of them.
Oh.
I can't remember. But then the big thing that I feel like gets referenced a lot after that is that Drake invites Kendrick and I think A$AP Rocky on
tour.
His Club Paradise tour.
Okay.
And he allegedly fought for them to be on the tour. Like, I think either the label or management didn't want to put them on the tour. They wanted to put other people on the tour, and he fought for them to be on the tour.
I'm surprised that Kendrick Lamar would be opening for Drake.
Well, he wasn't known then.
What year did you say that was?
2012. Remember, he's your college boyfriend?
2012.
Yeah. So then he goes on the tour, and then they collaborate on Poetic Justice and Fucking Problems.
Right.
So like it's A$AP, Kendrick, and Drake on Fucking Problems, which is a great song.
And 2 Chainz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's just a banger. And then Poetic Justice. So they're collabing and featuring each other on songs. And then Drake in 2013, he and a bunch of people, or him and Big Sean, are on Control, the song Control. And he takes a stance on calling out everybody.
Come closer to your mic.
I know. Here, let's do that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Kendrick comes out. So this is what starts it, really. So they're all buddy. Then a year after Poetic Justice and Fucking Problems come out, in 2013, Kendrick takes a stance on like calling out Drake and Big Sean, J. Cole, Meek Mill, and other people like Pusha T, A$AP Rocky, Tyler Creator, and Mac Miller. Big Sean and Jay Electronica. Like so many people. One of the lyrics is, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you, N-word. Trying to make sure your core fans never hear of you, N-word. They don't want to hear no one more noun verb from you, N-word.
They don't want to hear what?
They don't want to hear another noun or verb from you.
Oh.
And then Kendrick later that year, during the BET Hip Hop Awards, calls Drake fake. So something between 2011 2012 happens where Kendrick is like, okay, there's something wrong with Drake. Because you just don't like have beef, especially Kendrick. You don't have beef with someone like that and you just are starting out your career. Unless it's a strategic marketing tactic where he is just like, I'm going to call out the biggest rapper right now. But he didn't just call out him. He called out him and like basically everybody else. Mm-hmm. And then there are back and forth songs and lyrics shooting fire at one another between 2015 and 2016. Nothing like really notable. I don't think anyone really like paid attention unless you were like really in it. And then fast forward to last October. So this started in 2013, kind of goes on between 2015 2016. But then Kendrick, I can't remember, I think it was like Kendrick didn't make an album or put out much music for like 6 years. I feel like it was like, but I'd have to look. No, that doesn't feel right. Maybe it was like 4 years because Mr. Morale came out 2 years ago. And then prior to that, his last album hadn't come out until like 2019. So he'd taken like 4 years
2019, really?
I feel like that's when.
No, yeah, it must have been 2018 actually.
Oh, 2018 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was a big gap for him. While Drake is just putting out music after music after music, but like not talking about Kendrick. And then.
Oh, so Drake wasn't talking about him at all.
He was, but both of them were, but like nothing notable.
Okay.
Only in 2015 to 2016. Then nothing happens for 7 years. And then, did you just yawn?
No, I'm breathing.
Okay. Let's just make sure we're awake here. Don't be like Mark Levine. Then Drake and J. Cole come out with First Person Shooter. Did you listen to that song?
No.
That song, really? You should listen to that song. Will has the playlist. Okay, anyway.
I don't think so. Continue.
Well,
maybe.
this is where the current present day beef begins.
Okay.
With J. Cole and Drake putting out First Person Shooter. And it's just like iconic lyrics where he says, love when they argue the hardest MC. Like, love when they argue who is the hardest MC. Like, who is like the best rapper. Mm-hmm. Is it K-Dot? Is it Aubrey, which is Drake? Or me? And this is J. Cole saying this. Well, he says, we, the big three, like we started a league, but now I feel like Muhammad Ali. So he's saying, I'm the best rapper, J. Cole. And that is just like fireworks. Pew, 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 pew. Here we go, everybody. Huh?
The audacity.
The audacity. This is a great line. Then K-Dot comes back, Kendrick. He comes back and he's on a song with, he's on Metro Boomin's song. Mm-hmm. I'm forgetting what the title of the song is now. But he basically comes back as a feature on someone else's song. And he goes, motherfucker, the big three. And then he says, N-word, it's just me. Which I was just like, oh. And then he follows up by punching specifically back at Drake. Because Drake had an album called For All the Dogs that came out. And then on the feature, Kendrick says, for all you dogs getting buried, there's a K with all these nines. He's going to see Pet Cemetery. When I heard that, I was just like, oh, shit. Here we go. God. Like, this not is a Pet Cemetery reference in a rap song. That's wild.
I love it. The Battle of the Wits.
Oh, and now here we go.
Here we fucking go
into it. So then last month, Drake puts out a second diss track at Kendrick Lamar called Tailor Made Freestyle. And this is the song, I don't think you can listen to it anymore because this song used AI audio of like Tupac and
Snoop Dogg.
Was it Snoop Dogg or
yeah.
Biggie? Oh yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. And basically
crazy.
Is like, Drake, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
crazy.
Are you serious? Like, you're literally pulling someone out of the grave right now for this is why people fucking give Drake so much shit. Because
That
he is a
is-
petty bitch.
It's not even that. It's like you're weaponizing your identity as a rapper and like weaponizing your connection to Tupac against people to like prove that
You're weaponizing
legit.
the West Coast against each other.
Exactly.
Because you think this is to me that's like you think this is like the Biggie Tupac rap war.
Exactly.
And bitch, you are fucking crazy if you think that.
Delusional.
You are not that serious.
Delusional.
This is why K-Dot has a problem with him, because he's like, you don't come from the struggle life. You know?
If your music is
You're
able
from Canada,
like,
bitch.
Exactly. And you were on Degrassi. And you know what? Degrassi was good. But Drake, Aubrey Graham, was far from the most compelling character.
Yeah, until he got shot.
Well,
Well, what? He got shot and then he was in a wheelchair.
I know, but
And
even
that
then
made
he wasn't.
his character more interesting. He was
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
No one gave a shit about
Exactly.
his character
Yeah, you're
until
right.
he got shot and then he was in a wheelchair.
You're right.
And then people were like, "Oh yeah, what was his character's name? What's his face?
Jimmy.
Jimmy in a wheelchair." It was all anybody talked about. Anyway, we'll get into
Yeah,
the
continue.
shit. So then Euphoria comes out, and this is when I like really start paying attention because it's a really good song. It starts
Everything that Kendrick is releasing right now is
really good. He's so good. You woke the sleeping giant. Like, I like Mr. Morale. It's not my favorite album that he's ever made. I mean, like Good Kid, Mad City is probably my favorite album. But Euphoria is so good, and it has so much meaning, and that's what people love about Kendrick Lamar. He is not an entendre person. He's not a double entendre person. He's a triple entendre person.
He is a Pulitzer Prize winning writer and lyricist.
He is a
Don't fuck with
poetic
him, bitch.
genius.
He is.
It's really cool.
He has a very like deep understanding of the craft.
Yes.
In a way that Drake could never.
So Euphoria comes out, and even in the title is like a triple entendre, because Euphoria is like a new, like the definite. He has the cover of the song is the definition of euphoria, which is like a new like pure state of mind. Mm-hmm. And people are saying like that's basically what he's giving us. Like, this is like here's some new pure information for you about Drake that you probably never heard before. It's also like maybe it's like him in his euphoric state, like Kendrick is really coming into his own like his new era. But my favorite is the fact that it's a show that Drake executive produces, and also is like the new age Degrassi, if you will.
More vulgar, I would say.
Way more vulgar. And
nude and
he's
whatnot.
also been alleged to hit on young women, underage women. And that's what Kendrick gets into on Euphoria. It's a 6-minute long song that also starts off with like that weird noise in the beginning. And then he gets into it, which people are saying are like from The Wiz, right?
Yeah, it's like a reversed line.
Where,
Yeah.
But,
everything they say about me is true, I think.
yeah. So Push-Ups in between Like That and Euphoria comes out, which is by Drake. And that's the song where the cover art is like the shoe size of a man's 7. Which is basically just calling out how short Kendrick is. So Push-Ups, I feel like it sounds like a bop, but then when you listen to like why Drake is dissing Kendrick, it's basically like he cheated on his wife and he's short. And it's like, okay, bitch, like we already know that. Like Mr. Morale was a thing for a reason, and he's a good father. He takes care of his kids. He's still with the wife of his children, or they're not married, but his partner.
And he's very talented and beloved to the point where no one gives a fuck how tall he is. That literally matters to no one.
He is short.
He is short, but at the same time, he's the one who's married. He's the one who has the awards. He's the one, who people are listening to for some real shit, not for some shit that plays at a Target.
Oh. Wow.
Not too fucking much.
I just thought about this too. I feel like not at all on the same level, but if Drake is trying to be like, this is the new era Tupac Biggie rap war, so then Kendrick is like Tupac and you're like Biggie? Because Kendrick
Literally.
is the lyricist. And Drake, I would say Drake definitely has more bangers. More party bangers.
Yeah, but Drake isn't known for being an amazing lyricist.
But that's why he's not like Tupac. You see what I'm saying?
No, because I even think that Biggie was a better lyricist than Drake.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying
okay.
But I'm saying in Drake's warped mind, he probably thinks like, I'm Biggie in this situation.
Yeah,
and
he's
Kendrick
delusional.
Is Tupac. Yeah. So then, I forgot to mention because the article didn't go into this, but then between April and May of all these songs coming out, like J. Cole put out his first person shooter song. And then he comes back around at Dreamville Fest and he's like, listen, I don't want any part of this. Because at first it was like J. Cole and Kendrick are beefing, but really it's now turned into Drake and Kendrick are beefing. And I think, that was the other thing on Push-Ups. He also Drake is like, bitch, I made you. I'm the one that brought you on my tour. I'm the one that's featured you in my music. Like, you should be grateful, basically. Because he basically on Push-Ups, he's saying like, you are nothing without me. I got you all your hits. And he's also, this is why Kendrick later in Not Like Us, or maybe it was at the end of Euphoria, where he was like, bitch, you can't say the N-word. Because in Push-Ups, Drake is calling him out for, like, I guess, catering to a white audience by being featured on a Taylor Swift song. Then he does, like, stuff with SZA. I think he's referring to Black Panther. Like, you're so, like, you're a sellout for putting out, like, an album for a soundtrack or something like that. Is kind of what I was getting.
This is the fucking problem with Drake. This is what he doesn't fucking get. And this is why he's getting called out for this. Is because he equates doing a song with Taylor Swift to doing a song for Black Panther. He thinks that those two are the same. When in reality, acknowledge the presence of Black Panther within the Black zeitgeist and how it changed the fucking game for Black people. Those are not just like, oh, well, I did something popular and you did too. Bitch.
Yeah. I mean, also, if you want to think about it too, like, the fact that Taylor Swift has him on a song, like, she's uplifting, like, who he is. He's giving him more recognizability and, like, giving back to his community because that's what he does. Like, Kendrick is all... To me, I don't feel like Kendrick is going to do something that is, like, a sellout move.
I agree. I think that he has a lot more integrity than Drake. He has
so many ties to his community still and, like, gives back to that. And he's a very humble person. Like, he had that song for a reason. I also feel like that song was a diss to Drake, too.
He's also, like, a very progressive, like, pro-Black person.
Right.
So he's not going to do anything that is, like, supportive of white supremacy.
When his lyrics about, like, in Humble, like, I want that girl with stretch marks. What's the lyric?
Also, and my girls, I like them brown, just like my drink. The fuck you think?
Yeah.
He's very,
what's
very
the stretch mark lyric again? That's going to bother me. Show me something natural like Afro and Richard Pryor. Show me something natural. I want to feel some stretch marks. He is about it. Oh my God. Anyway, okay.
So is that the gist of Euphoria? He just talks about Drake being into minors?
And then I think he gets into like how he says the N-word all the time and he shouldn't say that. Drake comes back and he releases Family Matters, and that's when he calls out K-Dot for cheating on his family. Like Family Matters.
The fucking audacity.
And the fucking audacity, because
when Drake is the most ran through rapper in fucking North America.
Yeah. And I feel like it was the song Not Like Us, but that I think that's the last song to have come out, because then Kendrick puts out Meet the Grams, where Kendrick talks about how Drake has another daughter. He has a kid. He has 2 kids, but he hasn't talked about her. And I don't know if you know this, but like Drake never talked about his son until Pusha T ran him for filth.
So it wouldn't be the first time that a child was exposed through a diss track.
And that, I mean, there's also a line, I think in Not Like Us, where Kendrick's like, Pusha T, you push it, something like that. He references basically how Pusha T called him out. Then Not Like Us comes out, and then that's when Kendrick was like, fuck you, you dumb motherfucker. And basically
full-fledged drag of the century.
Tells us that Drake has pedophile accusations, and that he was basically like, he said a line that was so good that was like, you're going to keep telling lies. If you're going to keep telling lies, then I'm going to start telling the truth about you.
You keep telling lies about me, I'm going to start telling the truth about you, bitch.
It's like so good.
That is so good.
And even in my favorite line in that song is A minor. It just sounds good, but do you know that A minor has no black keys? So he's basically saying like, you're not black.
Does it not?
According to Reddit, A minor has no black keys. I don't, on the piano, I don't play the piano, but that's what that means.
Interesting.
And
I love my favorite line from that song is Ain't That Something, B-Rad stands for bitch and you Malibu's most wanted.
Oh.
I live.
And then Drake, I think the last thing is Drake puts out The Heart Part 6, which is making fun of Kendrick's like series of his The Heart songs. Oh no, and this is what leads to BBL Drizzy, because then in The Heart Part 6, Drake calls out Metro Boomin, basically is like, why don't you just make some drums instead of like making a song where Kendrick puts out a diss track about me. And then Metro Boomin basically is like, okay, fuck you, I'm gonna make some drums. Releases BBL Drizzy on SoundCloud and has gone viral to the point where the Spanish community has jumped in.
Are you kidding me? Everyone. I saw a TikTok of it being played at like a bottomless brunch. It's made it.
My favorite part about Not Like Us is that I think this came first, that people started putting different like geo tags on Google at Drake's house. And did you not see that?
No.
Like people were saying like pedophile lives here, shit like that. And so the cover of Not Like Us by Kendrick looks like this. It's just the geo tags at his house. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
So I know you mentioned this to me, but like and then a lot of shit starts happening in the real world. Like Kendrick's security guard gets shot or something.
You mean Drake's?
Oh yeah, Drake's. That's what I meant. Drake's security guard gets shot, but then you were saying that was like him.
People are conspiracy theory. They're talking conspiracies about that because to them, they found out that the security company car that had the security name on the side, that name was registered to Drake as if he had started his own security company and hired all of these people. And apparently that's unusual.
Wow. I mean, and then like a lot of people are talking about like, did Drake do Ozempic? Did he have a BBL? Are his abs fake? Because that was also another lyric in.
Did Drake have a BBL?
Did Drake have a BBL?
Important questions. I love the idea of Drake having a BBL.
Absolutely not. And here's why. That man, you have to take fat from your body and put it in your ass. And he's never not had an ass. Jimmy had an ass before he was in that fucking wheelchair. He did. He is half black and half Jewish. In what mix of that do you not get an ass?
Not before he was in that damn wheelchair.
Should I not have said that? Well, because I feel like people are fucking pulling pictures of him when he was Jimmy and then showing pictures of him now and being like, look how different he looks. He was like, he was really young. Different like he was a young. Premature child.
I fully believe though that Drake would get cool sculpting or maybe some, injections, maybe like a pec implant.
I think people are saying like he got a nose job, he's gotten a BBL, he's gotten his abs done. I don't think that I think the only thing he would do is cool sculpting for abs.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Maybe he was like, fuck, I can't get like defined sick abs.
Yes.
So then he did
because it's like you do that for 10 minutes and it's the equivalent of like 600 sit-ups or something.
Yeah.
I could definitely see him doing that.
So maybe it was that, and then the rap community was just like, let me just drag you for filth for doing one thing. I can totally see that.
And you know what? He was dragged very effectively because that song is catchy. That beat is catchy as fuck. There's even like an AI generated original. Did you hear it?
That's what Metro Boomin put out. He put...
Oh, so people remixed that?
Yes. He basically put it out and he was like, you put your lyrics over this. And that's the whole challenge.
But there are already lyrics over it. I think we're talking about two different things.
No. There's a bridge that you can rap on.
I'm talking about like, it sounds like a song from like the 60s.
Oh, that was the AI.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The chorus. But there's open parts to it so people can put their own spin on it.
Okay.
Too high. Whoops.
Anyways, so okay, where are we now?
In the whole thing of things. Well, one question I have for you is like a big discussion online is people saying like how can Kendrick tell Drake he can't say the N-word? And I don't think people are really getting the like real meaning there.
I don't think they are getting it because people are also saying like Kendrick's married to a light-skinned woman and you're like making fun of Drake for being mixed. First of all, light-skinned and mixed, they can be overlapped, but they are not automatically overlapped. And it's not even about him being light-skinned or being mixed. It's about how he dips into black culture and the black community to make money. And when it's convenient and to get like credibility by featuring other rappers who are in that community, and then dips back out and does absolutely nothing to contribute anything positive to that community. And in fact, caters to a largely white audience.
Yes. Like, I feel like a lot of people, if I ask like majority white people who do they like rapper-wise, people will say Drake and Eminem.
Yes. Like, if you go in their Spotify, it's Drake.
And I like them both a lot. But I also think that, see, to me, Kendrick is very special. Like, Tupac is very special. Snoop Dogg in his own way is very special. Like, they have this, like, quality about them where they really mean what they say and they really, like, bring people up with them. I feel like Drake is kind of a bitch for acting how he acts. Like, you are always complaining about bringing people up and then look how they treat you and shit like that. It's just like, it just feels very
you are
petty.
the common denominator.
You are the common
Everyone's
denominator.
betraying you. Like, all these fake bitches around me. It's
But you know what I will say? If that man walked into the store right now and he said, yeah, I'm taking you with me.
Girl.
Like, I feel like
the gag is that Drake is so ran through that it's actually a possibility for, a lot of girls in LA for that to happen.
But if I saw, like, we say this about him now, like, I'm like, you're a bitch. But if I saw you in my face, I'd be like,
I can't with that.
I think he's attractive. You don't think he's attractive?
Drake, no. He's too. His essence is corny.
I guess I'd have to meet him. Like I saw that picture of him laying down with like him and like on a boat. I was like, he could get it. He's like attractive. I was attracted to him when I heard he was Jewish, raised by a Jewish mother. I was like, okay, get it. He was my like hall pass for a long time. Oh
wow. You know, I skipped my high school prom to go to a Drake concert.
Wow.
It was Drake. This was crazy. Drake, J. Cole, Meek Mill, Waka Flocka, 2 Chainz.
Oh, I remember that tour. I wanted to go to that.
That was my prom year.
Wow.
And you know what? No regrets. It was amazing.
No regrets.
No regrets.
So, yeah. So, I think it's interesting that some of the conversation, but also I think a bigger deal in all of what K-Dot has pulled out is like, is Drake like Diddy? Like, is Drake the new Diddy?
Ooh, he has Drake a lot Diddy of ties to minors. A lot of ties to minors.
Yeah, like who?
Millie Bobby Brown, like Hailey Bieber. No, just like him weirdly like meeting up with minors for dinner and shit. Or like being seen, like he was seen hanging out with Hailey Bieber at a club and then leaving his apartment the next day with her necklace on. Oh. There's a picture of him kissing Kylie Jenner as a teenager on the cheek at a party with Kendall in the picture too.
Kylie Jenner also dated Tyga under the age of 18, so
there are a lot of predators in Hollywood. And Drake, low-key, is one of them. What was his tweet? He was like, if a young bitch is called amazing, then I'm fucking amazing.
Oh my God. Oh.
It's his own words. It's his own words that he's telling on himself.
This is crazy.
I mean,
it's crazy because it's like he's not canceled right now, but it's sounding like just as, well, I don't know if just as bad as Diddy, but
Diddy is diabolical.
But also, this is the thing. I feel like we're entering the era of like exposing the rap community in this like cancel culture society we live in. Like
Cat Williams said it on that Shannon Sharp podcast. He said 2024 is the year that shit is coming out. Shit is getting exposed.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that a bunch of these rappers try to date like hot young women. No. It's like kind of part of the whole lifestyle of it all. And a lot of them have cheated on their partners and they've talked about it in their music, but it's a different thing to be preying on young women.
Billie Eilish too. Like the way that he hangs out with them is very groomy. It's not like Diddy to the point where it's trafficking. It's just groomy. Like, why are you doing like a sleepover with a teenage girl?
Yeah. And I feel like it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these men don't have the rhetoric around like why that's weird.
They don't.
Because I feel like if you're a young girl and you are like into Drake, you'd be like, oh my God, I want to be like that. But it's grooming. And it's something that like
the girl definitely looks back on 10 years later and is like, ooh, that was weird.
That was weird. Yeah.
Tragic.
Well.
Hashtag Drake is over party. You know, it's like very easy to let him go because he is like just a very corny person.
Yeah.
And I loved that when I was like in high school and college. I really connected to the corniness. And now I'm just like, it's kind of icky.
So I feel like this is a good time to talk about like our idea of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Our idea of the week is that Drake needs an Oprah special. Oprah, anyone from Harpo, the
Lay it out
OWN
on the
channel,
table.
if you're listening, ABC, get him with Oprah. I think if he is about to be really canceled, that is the only way to save himself. Because maybe he's not legally implicated in anything like Diddy will be. Mm-hmm. But my God.
Reputation-wise, it's over.
I think we were going to talk about this earlier, too, because we keep talking about Diddy. But I think, FYI for people, the Cassie video that came out.
Oh, yeah.
Him beating the shit out of her. Like, he's so fucked. And I hope that there's nothing as bad as what he is alleged to be doing. But I feel like Drake, I need a sit-down interview with him with Oprah. And I need Oprah to basically give us another viral soundbite of like, were you silenced or were you silent?
I want Oprah to quote the song and be like, what is your response to people who say that you fucked Wayne's girl while he was in jail? What would you say to them? If you could talk to Lil Wayne, if Lil Wayne were the camera.
I never fucked Drake. I never fucked Wayne.
I never fucked Wayne. I never fucked Drake. All my life, man, fuck's sake.
Sorry.
What is it? If I did, I'd do a menage with him, let him eat my ass like a cupcake.
Oh.
Anyways.
Well, there's nothing much to say. All I'll say is I'm Team Kendrick.
Me too.
I will forever be Team Kendrick. Was Mr. Morale kind of like meh? No, I think it was good. But I'm glad to see him angry.
Definitely.
I feel like we get really good music when Kendrick is pissed off.
Yes. The artistry is there.
Like, Mr. Morale, I feel like, was needed after the pandemic of being like, okay, this sucked. I've learned from my lessons. We are coming into
very reflective
morality era. But now I like where we're at, where he was like, bitch, if you're going to fucking lie about me and call me small, like he was like, how can you be a big step in little size 7 shoes? Drake, shut the fuck up.
That is so just irrelevant.
Yeah.
That is irrelevant past the age 19.
Say.
Truly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like making fun of guys for being short when they're actually putting artistry into what they're doing and can completely eviscerate you lyrically and talent-wise.
Yeah.
Come on now.
We didn't even get into like the lyricism of it all.
I know. It's so good.
He's just like hitting them hard every single line in all of the lyrics.
I mean, the amount of just like devices that this man uses.
Yeah, as an English major.
It's amazing. It does send me. Like, I love that line, don't tell no lies about me and I won't tell no truths about you. Yeah. Like, that is fucking parallelism.
Yeah.
Parallelism at work. In such a unique way.
Yeah. Well, our quote of the day.
I was about to be like, follow us at High Girlies Pod.
Say it again, girls.
Follow us at High Girlies Pod.
We have to do this together.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Okay. So who am I and who are you?
I'll be Jimmy.
Oh, okay. I'll be Spinner. Playing the role of Spinner.
Yeah. Jenny, okay. Let's do this right. Hi, my name is Bria Gallardo MacNeil, playing the role of Jimmy.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Rachel Levine, playing the role of Spinner.
Our homie is a player, and that is all. So why'd you have to go and kick his
ball and chain? Ain't that the name? 'Cause you play a hater, and that's a shame.
And chicks like you ain't worth too much. So shut up, girl, and make my lunch.
Yeah.
Drake's
Great
best work.
Great job, Aubrey.
Aubrey nailed it with that one. And on that note,
bye girlies.